we are starting to have just a little bit more space. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Super happy you guys are here joining me today. Today will probably be kind of a short one. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I got a few things I want to do. Start with, I'm going to get the wiring harness that's here bolted back up to the bottom of the intake there. Kind of go ahead and snug down, tighten up the fuel connections to the fuel rails right there. Whoop. These. Then kind of go over this, what I've got done so far on the motor here. Double check everything on the front side, the top here. We're gonna go ahead and put the crank pulley on. Not tighten it down or anything, just get it on there out of the way. Install the downpipe, rotate the motor upside down, start working on the bottom side of it, putting the motor mounts and such on, and if we're lucky, we'll definitely get that installed. This will be the first thing. This is the pitch mount right here. So we got a little bit to do, so let's get started. Alright, so that's one down off the checklist. I'm leaving it a little loose. I'm not worried about bolting it to the transmission yet until we get the block and everything set in and mounted to the transmission, and then we'll go ahead and bolt everything up. So, now on to the block. We will get the crank pulley there, put on out of the way. Maybe first we'll get a little bit of cleaning done. Yep, let's do that. Okay, now we're working with a little bit more space, which is great. I'm going to take the wiring harness here. I'm going to go ahead and get it bolted to the bottom of the intake that's laying over there. Alright guys, so we've got the wiring harness hooked back up to the intake manifold, and remember a couple of videos back when I did the fuel setup, I forgot to press record on the GoPro, so I'll kind of go through it now. I ran it just like the factory setup was. So your factory line will have your intake fuel line coming in to the front of the fuel rail here, out the back, comes underneath the manifold and to the front of this other injector, out the back of the fuel rail, and that would be your return line, which is here. So I ran the this Injector Dynamics set up the same way. I have the short line right here, comes in, it's going to hit the front of the fuel rail, deliver fuel there, out the back, crisscross, come to the front of this fuel rail over here, out the back, crisscross back underneath the manifold, and this will be the return line. I am going to have to relocate the fuel pressure regulator, which is right here. It's made, this fuel system's made to, or this fuel setup rather, is made to run with the stock fuel pressure regulator, so that's what I'm going to do. And hopefully everything works out like it's supposed to. If not, no problem, I'll get a different fuel pressure regulator, but it should work. Now we're going to go ahead and move over here to the motor. Install the, where's it at? I got it behind me over here. The up pipe. And Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's activities. Just a small recap. We got our engine mounts bolted in place here. We got our up pipe put on. We temporarily got our crank pulley installed. We got our little inspection cover here put on. We went through our intake here. Got our wiring harness and everything put on it. So it was a pretty productive day, and I think she is pretty much ready to set back in the cradle, which is freaking amazing. That means we're like super close for that first start. Can't wait for that. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe as well so you can keep up with this build, and maybe you might get to hear it run here shortly. That's going to be it for today. Hope you guys have a great day. Later.